It's the Rise and Hive Podcast with Liane and Melissa. It's the Rise and Hive Podcast with Liane and Melissa.
Welcome to the Rise and Hive Podcast.
With me, legendary Liane.
And me, magnificent Melissa.
Where connection, laughter, gratitude, and a few golden nuggets are always on the menu.
Well, Liane, how's your week been, baby?
It's been all right, Melissa. It's been canny, although I have to say today I'm a little bit discombobulated. We're recording later.
Could that be to do with me?
It's to do with you. So
I wasn't late, guys, by the way. I wasn't late.
She was not late, but we are late recording. We don't record at this time, so we're bang in the middle of lunchtime, by the way. And actually, before we start, I've got a little bone to pick with you.
Oh, you forgot the cheese. I forgot the cheese.
Yeah, I forgot the cheesecake. You had me on a promise, of a cheesecake. She was giving it the big licks in our daily podcast. She said, I've got a cheesecake in the fridge and I'm going to bring it over for us to have. And I was like, oh, get in. There's going to be cheesecake. And then she comes in and I thought,
where's the cheese?
She's empty-handed. Well, she's not empty-handed. She has a change of clothes. I saw a change of clothes and a pair of shoes and I thought, there's no cheesecake in this hand because it's not, and I didn't hear her go in the fridge. She never came in and went to the fridge. I thought, she's not brought the cheesecake. Am I correct in my assumption that you did not bring the cheesecake that you had us on a promise of?
Now I'm upset that I've let you down, but I've let myself down.
You've let yourself down. Have you got a tear in your eye? I think you actually have got a tear in your
that
eye.
tissue. Pass me that tissue. Oh,
it's not that deep, but I am fuming about it.
Fuming about it. Fuming. So yes, I had friends around last night and I bought a whole cheesecake and we did not eat it. It was not touched. And I was like, I know what I'll do.
I'll just tell Liane she can have it.
Caramel cheesecake.
Oh, insult to
I'll
injury.
take it to Liane's and me, Liane and Liam can share some salted caramel cheesecake.
I wondered what type it was as well. And I thought, I hope it's not just vanilla.
Oh, no.
And then I thought, what?
Liane, I can assure you there's nothing vanilla.
There's nothing vanilla about you. No. She's not just bringing the vanilla, baby.
No.
She's not.
Well, who has a vanilla? But yeah. There's nothing vanilla.
Liam would buy a vanilla cheesecake, you know. Well, he would eat any type of cake as long as it wasn't fruit. He would be happy with a vanilla cheesecake.
See, I'd be highly disappointed in a strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah. No,
I'm
thank you.
more for the flavoursome ones.
Salted caramel. Where was it from?
It was from Aldi.
Was it a deluxe?
It wasn't actually. It was the best I could get. It was either, I was between salted caramel or the Biscoff one. Oh. But I went salted caramel.
I don't know why I'm asking these questions because I'm not going to get to experience.
I know. Oh my gosh. If I lived closer, I'd go and get it. I know. Well, I'd bring it back. I really would because I'm really disappointed. I was like, that would have been a very good not mid-recording because we will record the whole of this,
treat.
But post-recording treat.
Yes.
Please forgive me. I am very sorry.
Don't know if I can.
I mean, listeners, just so you know, I've rocked up this morning. I forgot the cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
I've got hair that hasn't been washed and I've done a 10K run this morning. And I've got 3 missing nails.
You are a disgrace.
Classy. I'm surprised she let us in the house, guys.
Well, I didn't get to lock the door quick enough, but yes, those nails.
You should have put and went, you are a menace to society.
Get yourself back outside, yeah.
Get away, you shouldn't be out.
We may have to put a bag over your head because, she was like, I'm not going to wash my hair. I don't want to wash my hair. The back's nobody's business. I mean, like, I can see the back. Thankfully, you can't see the back if you're watching this.
I have got naturally...
It's like 2 different hairstyles.
Oh, yeah. I've got naturally curly hair.
I can see at the back. You've only run the straightness in the front.
I literally, I know because I didn't want to be late. So I was like, hair, late. Come on, Melissa, how are you doing? I've done well with my timing this morning. Mm-hmm. But I was like, right, okay. And I was like, but nobody can see it. As Liane, I took your advice.
The back is no one else's business.
Yes. So I was like, it doesn't matter. No one can see it. It's fine. But yeah, as I finished my run this morning, I took it out of the ponytail it was in. It was absolutely soaking. I mean,
just
it was
a little blast with the hairdryer.
So I had a bit of a walk, etc. and things. So I just let it dry au naturel and I have got a curl in my hair. So.
Oh, I can see. the back's 2 inches shorter than the front. To be fair, it looks all right. It's a bit of a vibe.
But you know what? We're here for it.
We are here for it.
I washed it yesterday.
I
wasn't washing it again today.
There's not a chance on this earth.
I was like, no. So there we go. Confession. Unwashed hair, no cheesecake, and skunky nails.
But aside from that, we're also recording over lunchtime. So we normally record, you normally arrive about 10 o'clock. That's normally our vibe. We hadn't talked about what time we were going to record, but I just made an assumption And you also made an assumption, and at no point did we communicate either of our assumptions to each
No.
other. So I was open thinking, oh, well, we'll be recording at 10 o'clock. And then you were like, oh, I'm going for a run. I'll be back around 10. Then I'm thinking, if she's back around 10, then she'll have to get back and then get a shower. And I'm like, so what time are we recording? So we're all of a discombobulation. But it did make me think about how often do we make assumptions or we decide something in our head? So you just decided in your head this morning, you were like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. But at no point did you really sort of communicate with me. And I'd made an assumption that we would just be doing it normal time, but at no point did I communicate that with you. So we're both just going along our life, just assuming the other knows.
Yeah.
There's no mirror signal or maneuver before the maneuver here, is there?
Yes. Yeah. And that was a little reflection that how often do we do that in life? And I think it's that example for this morning. I think in my head, I was like, oh, well, I think I'll have mentioned, and I will have mentioned at some point, well, I'm going for a run on Sunday morning. But where was that to then assume that you would know then? We wouldn't be recording at what our normal time would be. There's no rules on the recording time, but we do generally record at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. So there was a feeling on my behalf of thinking I didn't then communicate and assumed that you would know, well, if Melissa's running, she's not coming at 10. But that's wrong for me to assume that.
I didn't connect any dots there.
Yeah, you wouldn't. And how often that had us reflecting, how often in life do we not communicate and just assume that the other person
is a mind reader?
Will know what we're thinking? Because guess what? We're not mind readers.
We are not mind readers.
Never.
But it happens all the time. And not just, there's miscommunication. There's assumptions and then there's miscommunication. You know ourselves how often we say the wrong words.
Yes.
So the amount of times we don't even realize that we've said the wrong words. So that in itself, I think we've only started to realize that over the last year by doing our daily podcast where we'll say the wrong thing and we don't even have a clue that we've said it. Or even on this podcast, I think the other week I was listening back to an episode and I said the word, I meant to say, I was talking about Vinted. I was talking about the ability to upload an image onto Vinted to search for something. And when I listened back to the episode, I said, WhatsApp. I had absolutely no clue at the time that I did it. And even, I don't think I edited the podcast actually. I think Liane did. But it was only when I was listening to it and I was saying the word WhatsApp and I'm like, why am I talking about WhatsApp? I was talking about Vinted.
Yeah.
And I had no clue, no awareness whatsoever that I'd said that.
Well, the episode that came out, what would be last Sunday when this one comes out, we actually talked about the episode coming out on the 8th of August, and it absolutely was not coming out on the 8th. It was, but we both said it the night. And in the same episode, and we did correct it, but I'd been talking about married instead of engaged.
Yes.
So they're examples that we know about, but quite often, I mean, you sent me a podcast the other week where you'd said about the day, and the day was completely wrong.
Yeah,
so how often are we saying the wrong thing
and don't even have a clue? Did I ever tell you about the story where me and Joe went out and we got absolutely blattered because we went out to our local town at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? And I thought, me and Joe, we like to go for we often go through Newcastle for the day, have ourselves a little shop, a couple of drinks, some food, very pleasant.
Yes.
So we will go out, if we go through Newcastle, we might leave at 1 o'clock or something like that. But if I was going out to the local Wetherspoons, I wouldn't necessarily keeping it classy. I wouldn't necessarily go out for an 8 or a 9 hour session to Wetherspoons at 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
That's a shift, that might.
That was a shift. And me and Joe,
wow.
We both will have some nice Prosecco and things like that, but we were both absolutely off our trolley. And we were like, how did we get so drunk? We had such a fun day, but we were both like, oh my God, we're not okay. We need to go home. And the following day, when I reflected about what happened, so I said to Liam, I said, Joe's a bit keen, man. She's got us going out at 1 o'clock. And he was like, that's a bit keen for Joe. And I was like, 1 o'clock? Who's going out to Wetherspoons at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? And anyway, a few weeks later, we were telling the story to our mutual friend, Catherine. And I mentioned that Joe was a bit keen. And she went, I wasn't a bit keen. It was you that wanted to go out at 1. And I was like, I didn't want to go out at 1. You wanted to go out at 1. And she was like, no, I didn't. So we were both adamant we were right. So we both pulled up our phone to get the receipts out. We're scrolling back through the WhatsApp messages. And when we found the message, basically, I think George said, do you fancy going out for 1? Meaning 1 drink. And I took that as for 1 p.m.
Yeah.
And so we were both right, but we were both wrong. So she had sent me a message going, do you fancy going out for 1? As in, do you fancy going out for 1? And I took it, do you fancy going out for 1? As in, PM.
Yes.
So we complete miscommunication. So I was like, okay, well, I'll pick you up at 12:55 then. And then we went out at 1 o'clock and I was a bit like, this is wild. But at no point either of us go. Neither of us wanted to go out at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go out at 1 o'clock. I was like, this is a bit blooming. I remember like having a proper rush around to get, I think I normally get my nails done on a Saturday morning. So I think I would have, like, had quite a rush to get back, get ready to be out. And I'm like, God, she's a bit eager. And then we'd obviously been out all day in the Wetherspoons, and we ended up like in this other pub, and we ended up having a bit of a school reunion. We had a very pleasant time, but we were like, hey, we need to go home. We've drank all of the drinks.
Yeah.
And the Huns were not okay, but it was a complete miscommunication, and neither of us just went, are you sure what do you want to go out for one for? And now it's a running joke, and me and Joe have so many miscommunications all the time. We have to sometimes clarify, we're like, is this a one-at-one moment? So it is known as the one-at-one.
Yeah.
But it was a lesson that day to just be like, let's just check that's what we mean, because assumptions were made.
Yes.
And that Sunday, the following day, I paid the price heavily for that.
Bet you did. But mine price, I mean, if you were drinking Wetherspoons all day, I bet you spent about 20 quid.
20 quid, yeah. It was a cheap.
I mean, you'll have had 2 bottles of Prosecco in that.
Yeah, it was not an expensive day, but it was
it was a heavy day.
It was a heavy day.
Heavy day. But yes, and I think we do making the assumptions that we might make, the mind reader. And I was having a conversation with a friend recently around the expectations we might have from partners. And she was just talking around about with her husband. And they've got 2 smaller children, so there's a lot of kids clubs. We appreciate that there's a lot of parents at the moment in the depths of 6 weeks holidays.
God, thoughts and best wishes are with you at this difficult time.
Quite a few of friends and people in my life are, and it's the out of routine. We chatted about routine last week. Kids are out of routine and they thrive on it. So they're chaos, the bedtime routines. But if you've got small children at the moment, the likelihood is you don't have any in life other than taking your children.
You're in the trenches right now.
To kids club or football, cricket. They've got 1,000,001 things to do, and it's like great, and you want to be very supportive of that. So my friend was talking around about this, the juggling of everything, and just particularly around what she needs from her husband. None of this was in a negative way, but it was just part of the conversations that you have. But how she hadn't had anything to eat, and she'd expected. Basically, she assumed he would know that when she came home that she hadn't ate. So it's like he should have all these things ready for her to be able to eat. And I said, he wouldn't know that, would he? And it's that realization of going, we don't actually express them needs and say, do you know what? Could we just, I'll be coming in, I'll be doing this. Could we have it like, this is ready, so I can do this. And we expect that people will know what we're thinking in our mind, with their mind readers. And it's like, no, we're not. We're all unique. We're all humans. We've all got our own thought process going on. If we don't express that and say, by any chance, when I come in tonight, can you have done A, B, C?
Yeah.
So we can create this. They're not going to know.
Yeah. And sometimes people are like tuned in, intuitive, but other people, like we're all the centre of our own universe.
Yes.
And that's not in a bad way. It's just we're in our own head of the things that we're juggling and the place that we're spinning. So we're thinking of it very much through our own lens. And sometimes we're more on the ball with it than others, but there are times where you're just not thinking about it. It's not that you don't care. It's just, it's not on your radar.
No.
So, but if someone says, can you do X? And you're like, oh yeah, of course. But like, we are guilty of just deciding things in our head of what people should know. And I used to be, years ago, terrible for the fact I'd be like, well, people should just know. They should, because I would know. The expectations I would put on others to know what is in my mind of what my expectations were about an unreasonable standard that I'd created that I'd never communicated to anyone. And I remember somebody saying to me, but how is it, not everybody's as tuned in or as switched on as that. So how can you be frustrated by that? And I am more aware of that now. But we still do make assumptions. Sometimes we make plans in our own head. And I always remember a few months ago, you were going out somewhere and none of you had communicated what your travel arrangements were and how you were going to get there. And you'd made a very clear plan in your head of how you thought it was going to happen. And when everyone was going off to do their own thing, you were like, well, why would they be doing that? And then you were like, but, and I think I might have said to you, I was like, but did you communicate what you were intending to do? And I think everyone was a little bit maybe not frustrated, but everyone was like slightly out of sync with the plans because none of you had communicated what you were planning, but you all had your own made up assumption of how that day was going to go. And then it was like, oh, well, you haven't done the thing that I assumed was going to happen, but nobody knew that was your plan.
No, well, the same thing happened for us last week. We went to South Shields following, well, it wasn't following recording. We recorded the day before, but we were going through to South Shields for music. I, in my head, had planned what was going to happen, but I never communicated that with you.
You left me starving. I'm sensing a theme here, actually. You are depriving me of food. So you had a plan. You decided you wanted chips from Coleman's afterwards.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Bearing in
But I
mind,
never communicated that.
No, we met early as well. What time did we meet? Like half 10.
We were meeting because we did some content.
Yeah, so we met at
creation as well.
10:30. But I think you'd eaten just before we left, so you'd been fed because you were like, I'm going to go and get some chips later on. So I'd eaten earlier, and then so when we got into South Shields, I'm like, well, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast time, and I'm a hungry horse. And there was like food stalls and things like that. So I assumed we'd be getting some food, but you were like, oh yeah, we'll get some food afterwards. And I was like, oh, and so then I was like, well, if I get food here, then I'm not going to want food afterwards. But I was like, but she's not starving because she's had the plan in her head. So she's made suitable arrangements for herself. And I'm like, I've been left high and dry here.
Yeah.
High and dry.
Yeah, and because then I was like, oh, this is what we'll do for the day. And I've got this beautiful little plan for us in my head, but nowhere it was like, I'll just run that past Liane first.
No, and I'm like, so I had to nick Isaac's chips.
Oh, I mean, fancy taking off a Ben, man.
I know, and he
Come
clocked,
on.
Liane was, Isaac's mum was like, oh, you can have a few of the Ben's chips. I was like, champion, because I knew if I got something to eat, then I wouldn't want something a couple of hours later. And the food looked really, there was some nice food stalls, but they were gigantic, the portions. I was like, I'm not just going to buy a really overpriced wrap or something like that and only eat half of it. Who's going to do that? I was like, no, if I get something, then I won't want something later. I'll just power through hungry, fuming, and pinch the Ben's chips is what I did. So, but then he clocked me eating them. So he was in power eating them.
Like, we're not sharing. Oh, what's happening here? Auntie Liane's
I've never seen that Ben finish a meal apart from the time I wanted to eat his chips. And then he scoffed a lot. But it just kept us going. It kept us going. But then I was furious afterwards.
Oh, yes.
Because we didn't actually go to Coleman's for chips. We went to a place on the seafront, and you went with chips and curry, which I think was an excellent choice.
It was.
Excellent choice with scrapings. By the way, that's in Northeast. You may not call it scrapings. You might call them scraps. You might call it batter. I don't know what other people would call it, but we are scrapings where we come from. And it looked very tremendous. I was like, 10 out of 10. And I'm a mushy pea girl, and I went for mushy peas, and
you were missold, weren't you?
I didn't get a visual on them beforehand.
I think you need to go to Trading Standards about that, because I felt for you. I was with you in that. I'm like, oh, what are these?
It? So basically, what can only be described as a tin of marifat peas, I think. I think there were mushy. Well, I don't even know.
Maybe not being cooked to the point of mushiness.
No, they were
something.
tinned. They were 100% tinned.
Yeah, but even tinned.
I am a connoisseur.
Mushier than what they looked. They did look like marifat. That's what they looked like.
They were like a hybrid marifat
all right,
mushy.
But not when you've ordered mushy.
No, not out of a tin. There's no place for a tin mushy pea in a chip shop.
No.
Absolutely not. Wild behaviour from those people. And I think you had seen them as well, and you said it was a bit of a bold choice that I went for them. And I was like, where were they on display? Well, how did you get the visual? Because if I'd had a visual, there was no way I would have ordered them. And then your curry looked delightful.
It was.
And
I let you have a sniff.
I know, you did give us one.
I did
give us one. I was like, they look green. And then I didn't ask for scrapings either. So I had me tin mushy peas or me tin marifats with no scrapings. And I was like, oh, I made a terrible life choice here. Terrible life choice. I ate them all still, but
I know.
It was a disappointing moment.
And you know what? It was because as well, we were going to go to Coleman's, but we came out, we'd had to park.
She had me on a 20-mile walk.
We did.
I got me steps in.
How many steps did we do?
20 thousand.
Yeah, 20 thousand steps at this point, and we had quite a walk back with the camping chairs.
Yeah, you were a keen bean, but the road was closed, so we had to park.
Yes.
Rather than turn around and going in a different way, we parked. We were 300 miles away.
It was, yeah.
Mild exaggeration, but not much for one.
We was like, we'll get the steps in, but it was then we were going to go the absolute opposite way to what we wanted to for the fish up. So it was like, let's go to this one. So it was a disappointing.
Yes, well, not for you. Yours looked delightful, but as a mushy pea connoisseur, it was a disappointing time.
I know, bless you.
But we also, on our lovely Sunday outing, we met the fabulous John, didn't we? So it was a moment of being open to connection and just opportunity, I suppose. So Liam was taking some photos for our socials, and where we were on a sort of track. So a couple of people walked past and we sort of paused and let them pass. But we saw John coming up the hill and he waited and we said, "Oh, you can come past." But he had a twinkle in his eye.
He
And I think he was
did.
keen for a
Jolly
little bit.
John.
Jolly John. He was keen for a little bit of crack, and then we were like, "Why don't you get in our photo with us, John?" And he didn't need to be asked twice, did he?
No,
He was
no.
there in there like swimwear at the back of our photo. And then Liam got some lovely photos of us chatting, and I said, "Oh, give us your email address and we'll share these photos." Because in life, how often people don't just take photos, and that was one of my things behind setting up Northern Rise with my photos, was that people don't capture organic, just nice shots. You know, like how often do you just like a lovely photo of you looking nice, or you as your kind of authentic self? And so Liam captured like loads of nice pictures and was talking to John. I thought, how nice was that? Like to share the photos, just be nice for him to have those. So we exchanged details, but we had a lovely conversation. And John is a singer and is a singing teacher. He's a baritone, and I didn't know what that meant, but I think that means he's got a deep voice and he sings with the low voice.
And he had a very, very, very powerful voice, didn't he?
He did, but we were talking for about half an hour, weren't we? We heard all about just like his life experiences, and we were telling him about the podcast. We sent him the link afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, John, if you're here.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I think what we found is that everything that we're about is that connection and community. We want that. So we thrive when we are out in the wild.
Out in the wild, chatting on with folk.
Yes. And the few times that we have the three of us being out together, we do.
We always make a friend.
We always
make a friend.
It's because we look really open, and that's the thing. That's the beauty.
We've got our
in
keen
it.
bean faces on. Like, come and talk to us.
Yeah, come and have a look. So John was very much well in straight
John
away.
was well in for the keen bean as well. But he was talking about singing, and I don't know how we got onto it, but I think he was saying, like, do we like to sing or do we sing? And we said, "Oh, Liam's a good singer," and he was trying to get Liam to sing in front of us, and Liam was being a bit shy, and he was like, "Oh, you're shy, you're too shy to sing in front of me." But next thing we know, we're all singing, "You raise me up." Oh, I'm not going to do that. Like that. My voice was not ready to hit that note.
I did recognise there that I was like, no.
Just pull it back.
I think enough that they get me singing our hotline, the Rise and Hive hotline number. That's enough. That's okay.
Yeah,
people don't need me to try and attempt that.
Yeah.
But we were all singing that
doing the key change.
Yes, out in the open, which was just absolutely beautiful. We were loving it.
We were loving it. And then we've had a few email exchanges with John afterwards. I sent him an email from us all with the photos, sent him a link to the podcast, and we've had a little bit of back and forth. And I just think it's just been open to that. Our yes era, really, isn't it? Just being open to opportunities and having some conversation, and you just never know where that might take you.
Yeah, so I think there's two golden nuggets there, then isn't there, Liane, really? Because we've had communication, so we've definitely got a golden nugget of communicate what you're thinking, communicate your needs.
Yeah, because you can't be mad about the thing that you didn't get, that you never told anybody you didn't want. That's the thing, isn't it?
I love it. Say that again for the people at the back.
You can't be mad about the thing you didn't get that you never told anybody you wanted in the first place, that nobody knew you wanted.
No. And then connection. Yeah. We've had some beautiful connection there.
Just by being open. Just saying yes.
Yes, and meeting John, and his lovely daughter-in-law came in and commented on
Jill
on the socials and said we'd made John's day, and it was like we were buzzing from it as well. We sort of came away and we were chatting in the car, and it was like, we absolutely love being out in the wild and meeting people.
We do. But on to other news, Melissa. Time for Glory of the Ordinary. Got an exciting update.
Come on. Is it bin related, Liane? Because we didn't have any bin crack last week.
I know.
I think.
We did not.
Because we talked about my new water meter.
We talked about the water meter, but an exciting update.
Come on.
I've finally seen the bin wagon.
Oh, this is good news. What date was it? What time was it?
Let me tell you everything.
Was it recorded in your calendar to go, this is the day that I finally saw the bin wagon?
Let me break it down for you.
Come on, tell me.
So, to be clear, the food waste bin wagon. That's the one that I've not seen. It's been a mystery of what it looks like.
If it even existed.
I was. And it was coming before I was back from my dog walk at around 8 o'clock in the morning. And my dad sent me a photo of it last week to show me what it looked like. I was out. It was on Thursday, which would have been, let me count backwards on the days. I think the 6th
of August,
Thursday,
2026.
Thursday, the 6th of August at 7:45.
I like it. Yeah.
I was walking down the
Noted.
street.
Well, we've got it in the podcast now, guys. We're not
Look
gonna
at it
forget
in
that.
your diaries. That's when I first
That's
saw
the
it.
anniversary.
Yep. I was walking down the street with the dog, come out of the street into our estate where I heard the beep beep of a reversing bin wagon, and I thought, hey up,
I'm on it.
hey up, swiveled my head around. I was like, oh, it's the bin wagon, the food waste bin wagon. I whipped my phone out. However,
Wait there then. How is this the first time here?
well, you mustn't watch our socials. you might want to keep abreast of what we're posting on our socials. I could be posting all sorts. She wouldn't have a clue.
Well, she'll be telling people that I just didn't deliver a cheesecake today, and it would be a fair point, guys. It would be fine.
Yeah, but I whipped out my phone. I popped it on the socials. However, from the vantage point of doing a selfie video, you couldn't really see it very well. But I realised 7:45. That's when the bin wagon was coming. I have seen it. So praise be. But I don't know where it goes after it comes out of our street. It must go the other way, because I would normally follow it down the estate. But either way, I'm very pleased to report that I have seen it. It is small. It's small but perfectly formed, and it wasn't the same little van that I saw with the banana peel on that said it was powered by a banana peel. So pleased we've cleared that up and I've seen it. I've had further news just in from Liane Ramsey. She's come in on the Hive hotline, but it was via a text message, I think, rather than a voice note. But she sent a screenshot of the leaflet that came with the food waste bin. Now, you may remember a few episodes back, I was querying whether eggshells were permitted in the food waste recycling. And a lot of people have come in and thought this was the most ridiculous question. Now, I do need to say in life, there is no such thing as a stupid question.
No,
there is no such thing, because you don't know what you don't know. And I did not know. So, no such thing as a stupid question. However, people were like, well, it's very obvious. But then they also went and said, well, it's what you would eat. And I was like, but you're not eating the shells. Turns out it doesn't explicitly say, or did it? I can't remember now. I might have to get the message up. It's got a picture of eggs on the front. It's got a picture of an egg on the front. So she believes this is very clear that it's articulated that eggs are allowed in the food waste. Eggshells are allowed in the food waste.
Well, I've been putting mine in, so.
Well, so have I, and I've not been had up yet. Not that I think anybody's reckoned through my food waste bin to come in on that.
Yeah. I've got a bit of bin crack as well.
Oh, do share.
So, please don't shoot me down here. Bin monitor, bin ambassador for Durham County Council. I wasn't following the rules. I didn't follow the memo. You know how they were collecting the green recycling bins? The glass bins.
Yes, we moved
on.
So
I knew they were collecting them, but I didn't realise. It was like, I don't think it was communicated very well in my area, okay? That these bins, I knew they were getting collected, but it was like...
When you say collected, they were taking them off you?
Well, yes. But you had to then have them outside, so they're not coming and knocking on your door for them, obviously. So I don't have loads and loads of glass. It might be just from jars and things, or if somebody's come around for the odd drink.
Sorry, I am laughing because the dog's snoring. The dog is on my knee and he's snoring, and I don't know if the mics will pick it up, so I feel like I need to acknowledge.
It's not me and
It's
Liane,
not
like,
me.
sniffling.
It's not us snoring, but the dog is laid on my knee if you are watching the video. And he's a bit snory.
If you're bored of my bin crack, get yourself woken up.
The dog's like, this is really glory of the ordinary. You are rinsing this bin crack. We've sent the dog to sleep and he started snoring quite loudly. I do apologise. You were talking about your bottle bin that you didn't know was getting collected.
Well, I knew, but I didn't realise there was hard and fast rules about the fact that, like, it's getting collected on this date and after then it's gone. And then I picked up that you're just putting the glass into the main blue recycle bin. So I'm like, right. So on Friday, I'm like, I'm going to put this out because I had a few things in it. I'll put it out because they're taking the blue recycle bin away on the same day. They're all going into the back of the wagon. And I get a text message off my neighbour to say, your green bin had to be collected weeks ago.
I think it was months ago.
Well, probably. Remember, my food waste bin was only delivered a matter of weeks ago.
I do remember they didn't communicate it very well. I don't
think you did.
I think my dad told me about this via Facebook. I think Durham County Council just put a post on Facebook and hoped for the best. So obviously my dad is my main point of liaison and communication between myself as bin ambassador, bin monitor, head of the bins, and Durham County Council. My dad runs comms for me, really.
Excellent. Well done.
But this was quite a while ago, and I might have talked about it on the podcast.
You did.
I did.
Oh, yeah. You have. You did talk about it, but in my head, it was just like,
It was just optional. It was just optional whether they got, do you know what? We've stopped taking the green bins away, but we'll just do Melissa's because it's optional.
Right, what I don't get is what I'm not. This is where my point is. Why does it matter? They're all going into the same truck. How that they collected, whether it was in the green bin or whether it was inside of my blue bin. That's what I don't understand. They're all going in the back of the truck. So on Friday, I put mine out. I get a text off my neighbour to tell me, and I'm like, oh. Anyway, they did not take the bottles out of that bin.
No.
And I'm confused why. Because all I've now done with them is tip them into the bin that they emptied on Friday. I'm confused. Why are they following the rules to the letter? Like, why was the rule put in place of going, if that green bin's not collected, we're not taking the glass from it at any stage? What if I'd been in hospital or on a long trip or
You
something
should put
like
them
that?
in your blue bin.
Well, what if I didn't know that? Because to be fair to him coming out, so if I didn't have Liane Taylor as a bin ambassador, I wouldn't have known that fact. I just think it was a little bit of, was it a formal complaint, really, if you wanted to say?
I don't know
why they couldn't just pick that bin up on Friday and tip it into the back of the wagon.
Well, I do agree with that, but I don't know why. I feel a little bit defensive about.
Oh, she is.
I feel the need to protect the council rules.
Oh, honestly, she's taking this rule so seriously, guys.
Although there was one year, because I didn't use, the green bin was a bit of a pain. I don't know why they've never just put it into the blue bin straight away.
I've put the green bin and the bottles now into my blue bin.
Get it lashed in the bin.
Oh, it's there. It's like, you can just take it away in 2 weeks' time.
But there was one year, my green bin was so heavy. I didn't used to put it out every fortnight. I used to let it build up, and then I'd had a party over Christmas, and mine was.
Was it also during COVID time? People drank a lot during that period.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it was maybe last year, and it was so heavy. Anyway, I came back, and it was shamefully full. And when I came back, it was just there in the middle of the street, uncollected.
Just shamefully showing all your neighbours.
Yeah.
And look at all them bottles.
And they didn't take it away. And I think it was because it was too heavy. They wouldn't pick it up. They had to go to the bottle
the solution's no problem.
I know. But I do think to work at the council, you have to. People who work at the council, I think, are rule followers. I think they are very much, these are the rules.
I know a few people who work at the council. I don't think that everybody's taken that memo. Following on from the bin crack, and I'm going to pull back. I'm like, what I'm here for. Absolutely, as far to say to go, I'm in love with my food waste bin.
You're in a relationship status.
I am easily pleased. We know this. I will find the glory in the ordinary. Gratitude. You know what? It's a handy little size. I found the perfect place for it underneath the sink. I've moved some things. Mm-hmm. It's under there. So when I'm cleaning up, I'm just opening up. I keep lifting it up with the handle, putting it on the bench while I'm doing my peelings. Mm-hmm. Open the lid. I'm not allowing any flies in there. I just want to put it out there. I've had 0 maggots, nothing like that. It's while I'm there. I used to have a bowl if I was doing peelings or cutting veg, etc. And I'd have something at the side, collecting everything up. And then when it would get too full, I'd have to put it into a carrier bag. No.
Straight in.
The food waste bin is there on the bench. Then last night, I had some friends over. I did a little buffet.
Oh, beige?
It was not beige. It was not beige. I should have took a photo, shouldn't I? It was a very good buffet. What was left over, just gets me a little bin out the cupboard, takes it over to the buffet table, sweeps it all into there. And the other thing I love about it is me coffee. You know, when you're in Costa and things and you see when they have, I don't know what you call it, where you put the coffee into, basically. Oh, yes. They're like handle sort of type thing. You see them in Costa and they like banging it on, empty it out. Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't have anything I can do that with. I do now. Oh, so I literally get me coffee, ding on the side, get it cleared out.
And I think that'll make your food waste bin smell a bit pleasant as well.
It does actually. Mine is smelling all right. I've been having a bit of fresh lemon and water on a morning. I've been putting my lemon in there as well.
Oh, yours could eat your dinner out of yours.
I mean, I've got lemon, I've got coffee smells.
Oh, it's not too low.
Good, I'm in love with it.
Oh, well, there we go.
I mean, I've got no one in bed with us. Who have you got in bed with you, Melissa?
My food waste bin. Food waste bin. I'm very pleased with the food waste bin.
Easily pleased.
How do we top that? I think we top that with, who are we putting in Braggers Corner, Melissa?
I have got the beautiful and lovely Ellie from Peaceful Phoenix, who I would like to put in. Now, I met Ellie in April. We both did our Reiki level 2 together and had a lovely connection. we've been trying to coordinate a date together to do some Reiki on each other. So that has now happened. So we've been having a little bit of interaction recently, but we love a podcast / voice note with people. So we've had a couple of exchanges in voice note, and she's been sharing a little bit, and I was like, Ellie, I want to pop you into Bragger's Corner, because she shared a little bit about her journey. Now, the first thing was she left physio practice 2 years ago and went into holistic practice. No, she didn't. Sorry, that's wrong. I'm incorrect there. She was in physio practice. She's now gone into holistic, but it wasn't 2 years ago. So just to correct that. But she's gone now. It's like, what an amazing transition. That is fantastic. That's very different, probably quite corporate feeling into the holistic world. So I want to pop her in. And she has shared a little bit. She has given me permission to share this. 2 years ago, she was in a toxic relationship. She felt at that point that everything was ended. She'd lost her job. She had a side hustle that she'd lost through this relationship. She lost a lot of friendship groups, and she felt that life was probably at a really dark moment. She recognised she had her friends. She did have things. But from that, how much she's grown, up-leveled, and from that, she started Peaceful Phoenix Therapy. So that is her practice. And she said the name came to her because when she was in that relationship, all she ever wanted was peace. It was something that was like really important to her. So it just felt, and I think the name's perfect, 'cause there is that rise and the phoenix rising up, but that peaceful phoenix. So that was very aligned. So she has been on a beautiful journey and went in the holistic space for our practice in January of this year. But it was that transition and actually sharing that vulnerability as well. But it's that little reminder that things, when they can feel really difficult, from 2 years ago where it just felt like things were so hard, of where she is to now. So putting Ellie in Bragger's Corner.
Well, I think you had a bonanza with the Bragger's Corner as well, because you were talking earlier in the week about your dad as well.
I did. I want to put my dad in as well. He has been on a bit of a weight loss journey. So just these last sort of probably this year, he has lost 3 stone and he looks fabulous. He looks amazing. I just want to pop him in to say well done, because you can make change. Change can be hard, really, really hard. And change has to come from you as an individual. I think it's very easy for us to recognise, and sometimes even people can have health scares and things, and it's still, you think, why is that not shook people up, or, with the health? But my dad's made some changes. He had some pains in his knee and his foot, etc. And I think it's made a massive difference in losing weight, but he looks fabulous. Every time I see him, I'm like, you're looking great. You're looking fabulous. So I wanted to pop him in for making them change. He said he feels amazing as well. He feels really, really good. I'm popping my dad, Paul, into a Bragger's Corner. And then I've got number 3.
She's got a triple whammy.
Well, that's what it's here for. It is about celebrating amazing, fabulous people. So popping in both 2 of my friends, Sarah and Louise. They are both training at the moment for the Great North Run. Sarah is doing her second one, but Louise is doing her first Great North Run. And I've had the amazing opportunity to go out to I'm training with Sarah, but I've been out for a run with Louise recently. And it's a big commitment. It really, really is. It's something to show for yourself. And I was chatting to Louise about it when we went out for the run, and I just said, take it all in, love it, embrace it, because you might never do it again. You don't know. You never know when that might be. I said, you might do it the first time, never do it again. You might. So take it in, enjoy the day, absolutely go and enjoy it. Put them into Bragger's Corner for showing up for themselves, doing the training. They're both fabulous, and I've loved going out for a run with them. So we've got Ellie, we've got Paul, and we've got Sarah and Louise. Get yous all
in Bragger's Corner.
Thank you.
So, who are we grateful for?
Well, following on there from, I did a little, it's all going to fall in very nicely from Bragger's Corner, but I'm going to say I'm very grateful to Ellie. So I mentioned there, we've done our Reiki together, and we've been trying to coordinate meeting up. So last week, after we recorded the podcast, very grateful to Liane also. I love sprinkling a little extra. As I'm here, and Leanne's like, you need to leave the house now. And she's like shooing me out of the house because I had to get
She's a chatty Cathy. Despite you saying you needed to leave the house, you then carried on talking to Liam. And Liam is also a chatty Cathy. So 2 chatty Cathys together, it means like
dangerous, guys.
It's dynamo.
Yeah.
Like dynamo. I don't even know.
I like that. You are dynamo.
Dynamo. I don't even know what I mean by that. I'm like, what on earth am I trying to say? But together, you two could stand there and talk all day. And I was like, you kept going, yeah, I need to leave. And then you would just carry on talking. And I'm just like, seriously, I was like, get out, leave the house.
Yes. And I needed food.
Yes.
So I was like, I wanted to stop somewhere and get food also. But we met last week after recording and I did some Reiki on Ellie. So very grateful that she allowed me to do the Reiki on her. She also did some Reiki on me. But while we were chatting, she has trained in crystals healing therapy. Now, as you know, the woo-woo in me.
She loves a
I
crystal.
love a crystal. So I was like, oh, Ellie, I think I'm going to have to get some booked in for some crystals healing therapy for you. And she went, I'll do some today. And I was like, yes, thank you, please. So Ellie got me set up on the bed and she did hybrid of some Reiki and crystals healing therapy. Now, she threw all the crystals at me. I was in awe of Ellie's crystal. What would I call it? Collection. That's what I was going to call it. Catalogue. A catalogue of crystals. No, her collection of crystals. So I was held in both of my hands some tiger's eye because that is all about success. I'm a very successful woman, by the way. That's the subliminal I'm listening to every night at bed as well, guys. I listen to throughout the whole time I'm asleep. Success, because that's what we're calling in. I had tiger's eye in my hand. I had all these crystals around me. I was living my best life. Loved it. So thank you very, very much to Ellie. And just as another little gratitude and thank you, Ellie only came across our podcast last week. I shared the link with her because I'd happened to mention to her in a voice note. And she was like, you'll have to share the link. I shared the link. She has listened to every single
I don't know
Rise
how
and
this
High.
is possible.
I'm loving it. Loving it.
She's taken it on as a full-time job.
We're very grateful.
We are very grateful.
Very grateful. So thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie.
She said she'd really been enjoying it. When I saw her on the Saturday, she was so grateful. So very grateful for her listening, taking the time to listen. Just all the gratitude. So thank you. So I'm going to come in as well for I mentioned there and putting Sarah and Louise into Brother's Corner. But the last few years, for quite a long time actually, I can't remember the last time I trained with anybody for a run. I love running with other people.
I'm a social runner. I can't run on my own. I've got no desire to run on my own.
Yeah. And I think, and that's the thing, isn't it? I much enjoy it when you are with people. So lots of gratitude that I've got Sarah on as my running partner at the moment. And it's a privilege actually to be able to run with your best friend and to see her and her journey. She's come on so much. She never enjoyed running and we're keeping the pace together. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So very, very grateful that I've got to experience going out running with people at the moment because Fatty Cather here.
You have got me through many a run because you can talk through even the biggest uphill battle. We're running and I'm just like, can't get my breath and you're just like, blah, 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 and it makes the time go so perfectly. So your ability to talk and run at the same time is unmatched. I have had lots of gratitude for that. When we trained for the Edinburgh Marathon together, you got me through many a long run with your just
chat rubbish.
Yeah.
But I will find something to just chat about.
Yeah, you could just keep going. And I'm like, just keep going. So, and I was just like, I'm grunting while trying not to die.
When we trained for the marathon together was in my single.
You always had an antic and a story.
I know I'm single now, guys.
But she was in the dating era.
I'd been separated from my husband for a year.
She was getting back on the horse.
I was 18 again, guys.
She was back on the horse, literally. So we heard all of those stories over that period of time.
Very, very much. I always remember the run when we were out and Sam who's a listener. So, hiya, Sam.
Big up, Sam.
Big up. We all trained for the marathon together and ran the marathon together. And there was one run when Sam was struggling. And I think it was the day of the marathon, actually.
Sam really struggled on the day because of the heat.
Yes, the sun really hit us.
She nearly gave up.
I've got an observation, actually. Why do they have runs so late in the day? And I know it feels like it's morning. It's like, why are they not starting these at like 8 o'clock when it's not as warm? I'm an early morning runner. That's the thing.
I think maybe for like people to get there, though, there's a bit of a... You're like, if you could just plan this whole race around my needs and time,
yes, please. That would
my
be lovely. Thank you.
Would be brilliant.
Yes.
But yeah, it was very hot. And obviously, when you're running for like a few hours in the dead heat of day, it was a very hot day. And Sam was having a bad time, but she nearly gave up when we're on that really long stretch where you go all the way up and then come back down. And we sort of pulled away from her. And then I was like, I'm not happy about. I think we passed her coming back the other way, and she was upset. And she was like, I'm going to give in. I was like, no. we have to wait. So we stood and waited for it,
Yeah,
didn't we?
we
Because we
did.
were like, do you know what? This is, for me, it wasn't about the time. It was about us doing it together, finishing
Yes,
it together.
absolutely.
Sam's gone on to do many a marathon.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I think she's done ultras, hasn't she?
She has. She's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. So big shout out to the wonderful Sam. Now, I remember on that run, though, you're going, come on, Sam, don't give up. Melissa will tell you a story. So,
And you just be like, yeah, and then just launch into any old story. It could be
just,
anything.
Yeah, chatty Cathy. So, yes, very grateful that I do have some running partners. It's a privilege. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to come in for last Sunday. We headed off to South Shields for South Tyneside Council do a wonderful summer festival over the summer. It is fabulous, amazing. I was living my best life. We got in that park. I took my shoes off.
Oh, did you take your shoes off? Oh my God. I've never seen feet like it. They look like you died. Like
They were black, weren't
they
they?
were like grey more than there was like nothing I've ever seen. I was like, where have you had your feet?
I was like, they were disgusting. It was off the soil. It was like, and I went to go and buy a drink and I'm stood in the queue and I'd put my shoes back on actually. And I thought, people might look, it looked like I had a really bad fake tan on.
Well, with
Like
a bit of disease.
Like,
I don't know what disease, but there was like a bit of disease mixed in.
They were bad. They were bad, my feet. But I just took my shoes off. I was living my inner dancing. I love dance music. Love, love, love. And I was there. I did not care. I was free as a bird. I was just loving it. There was a lot of people in the park and I was like, I'm just here living my best life, feeling free. There's something fabulous about dancing and just doing it and just dancing like nobody's watching. And that's how I was dancing. Like nobody was watching and I was here for it. And I came home. We were in the car on the way back and I was like, my cup is overflown.
It was a really good day.
Absolutely. Yeah. I loved it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So what are you grateful for this week, Liane?
Well, coming in hot at number one is my mouth tape and my eye mask. Now, I was out last night. I went to a friend's 40th birthday party and had a lovely time. And when I got back, I don't think I was back late, but I think I got into bed and for some reason, I didn't put my eye mask on. I didn't put my sleep tape on, and I slept terrible. Oh my God! Like I kept waking up with my mouth hanging open. I put me Invisalign braces in, and I forgot to put my elastics on as well. So normally my mouth is a bit closed from doing that. I forgot to put them in and I forgot to put my mouth tape on. And I woke up about 7 times in the night with my mouth hanging open with a dry mouth. And I was like, oh my God. And then the light kept waking me up. And I thought, oh, like what a difference. And I don't know why after kept repeatedly waking up, I didn't just put some sleep tape on and my eye mask. I don't know where my eye mask was. It'll have been in the bed somewhere. But it made me so grateful for the fact that I have these and a good sleep routine, because what a difference. I slept terrible, which made me very grateful for the fact that I do use those and they do make a difference. So
They do.
although I'm not grateful for the bad night's sleep I have, it's made me it'll make me grateful tonight when I go to bed and have a good night's sleep with all of me bits and pieces on.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm coming in with gratitude for the internet, technology and apps, because the saga continues on the holiday front. I think I talked last week about the holiday, and I have been looking for a holiday for me and Liam for September, and oh my God, it's an unenjoyable task. But it's been made easier by the fact that we have all of this technology at our fingertips that allows us to search for holidays, that allows us to go onto like things like TripAdvisor, and on top of that, you can do a bit of a deep dive. You can go onto YouTube. Like the amount of information available to us. Like how did we cope years ago when you used to have to go into Lun Poly or or somewhere like that and get the brochure and flick through the brochure and just take a punt? Like how did we used to cope? But the fact that you've got all of this technology at your fingertips to be able to search for an array of holidays. So although we have not yet booked a holiday, we have honed it down. We do think we have a location in mind, and I've got a hotel in mind. The thing that I want, I don't think exists. I think that's partly the problem within the budget that I want to pay. I think this is the thing. I want absolute 5-star luxury in the perfect location with all of the things that I would like, but I'd like to pay
And the best flight times as well.
The best flight times, the closest transfer times. I want premium location. I want premium hotel. I want premium everything. but maybe on a lemonade budget. Or maybe not lemonade, but maybe a shandy budget. I keep stretching the budget out. I was having a chat of having a cheap deal, and then I realised I don't want a cheap deal, because I think the thing you helped me realise that the things that I like don't really align with a cheap deal. But my budget keeps eking up, so that's something to consider. But I am grateful for the fact that all of this technology is at our fingertips, and it's helped a very painful process become slightly easier. So we will have the gratitude.
I'm
for
going to
that.
manifest for you for when we record next week. Your gratitude is going to be your holiday that you've booked.
Well, I hope so, because we're planning on going in about 2 weeks.
I booked on the Friday for the Tuesday.
Well, I think that
It can happen.
It'll
Wild.
that might be what's happening. And then coming in number 3, I am grateful for our jingle. Our fabulous jingle. I do love our jingle. It is cheesy, but it is catchy. And we were at a quiz night, fundraising quiz night on Monday for Prince Bishop's Radio, Prince Bishop's Hospital Radio, where we go out live on a Friday evening at 9 p.m. So if you were listening to this on Prince Bishop's Radio on a Friday night at 9 p.m. Hello, welcome. But we went to a fundraiser for it, which my brother has some part in hosting. IT Help Desk Craig. And while we were there, Chris came over to us and said he was walking through a car park in Durham, and I think he was humming or whistling. The Rise and Hive jingle, and someone said to him,
have you been listening to a podcast?
Yes. And so somebody recognised, so Chris, not only was Chris whistling the jingle, thank you Chris, big up Chris for whistling our jingle, but the fact that somebody recognised it from said whistle and then said to Chris, so love that. And then somebody else had said as well that they couldn't get the tune out of the head. I think a few people said once they got the tune in the head, it's absolutely but grateful for Chris giving it a little whistle and somebody recognised
thank you. And if you are that listener,
like,
thank you. A big shout out to you. Slide into our hotline number. Let us know who you are.
Get in touch on the Hive hotline. So 07466 324 579, and let us know, was that you? Tell us more about yourself and get in touch. You can also get in touch by following us on Instagram at the Rise and Hive Podcast. You can email us, join us at theriseandhive.com. You can comment on wherever you listen to your podcast as well, and don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen to us at. That would be fabulous, please. And tell a friend. Let your friends know if you listen to us, because it does mean a lot to us, and we're very grateful.
Yeah. So have a fabulous week, guys.
And
lots of love.
It's the Rise and Hive